them have nouns on them. So when I give you a card, after I say go, I want the noun on this, on my right, your right, my left, and I want the verb on your left, my right. So wait, don't look at your card until I tell you to. Verb. Verb is a action verb. Noun is a person, place, thing, or idea.
Are the nouns on that side and the verbs are on the other side?
Okay, wait. Don't look at it yet. When I tell you to look at your paper, you gotta decide if it's a verb or a noun. If it's a verb, you come to this side quietly and you line up. If it's a noun, you come to this side and you quietly line up. Okay? So look at your verb now. Go. Evenly up.
Noun is on that side.
Noun.
Noun on that side, verb on this side.
Yeah.
Which one's verb now?
Verb on this side, noun on that side.
Okay, verb.
Verb, noun. Don't confuse me. Verb, noun. Verb, noun. It should be easy. It should be Verb, noun. Verbs on this side, nouns on this side. There's a lot. Does everybody think they're on the right side?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to start with this side. I said the verb. The nouns are on this side? Yes. What's your word?
The noun on that side.
Road.
The noun on that side.
Hold on. You gotta listen. Listen. It says road. Does everybody agree that road is a noun?
Yes.
Okay. Figure it down. Connor, what's your word?
North Carolina.
Does everybody agree that North Carolina is a noun?
Yes.
And what kind of noun is it?
Place.
And what's another word?
Particular.
What's another way to
Proper.
A place. What is the capital letter? Proper noun. Proper noun. Here's the noun, Connor. Raymond, what's your word? Car. Does everybody agree that car is a noun?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Sit down. Maya.
Bird.
Bird. Does everybody agree that bird is a noun? Okay, you can go sit down. You can go sit down.
Somebody hit my bun.
Eric, what's your word? Girl. Does everybody agree that girl is a noun?
Yes.
Okay. Go sit down. I'm going to use your card because we're going to use it a little bit. What's your word? Skip. Does everybody agree that skip is a verb?
Yes.
Skip. DJ, what's your word?
Ran.
Ran. Does everybody agree that ran is a verb?
Yes.
Study? Does everybody agree that study is a verb? Throw. Does everybody agree that throw is a verb?
Yes.
Throw. You throw something. That's how you throw. Roast. Does everybody believe that roast is a verb?
Yes.
Benjamin. Go back to your card.
Cry.
Cry. Does everybody believe that cry is a verb? Cry. Like boo-hoo cry. Play. Does everybody agree that play is a verb? Yes. Play is a verb.
What did you say now?
Play.
What did you say now?
You say which one did you think was a noun?
I thought that one was
Play.
a verb.
Is play a person, place, thing, or idea? No. Play is something you do. A verb, what is it? A verb is something that shows action. Yeah. Or it's called an action verb. So remember, guys, verb is noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Verb is something that shows action. Like play, throw is something you do. Now guys, turn to page 128. I want you to keep your cards because we're going to use them a little bit later. I don't want you to mess them up because I'm going to use them again. Okay, everybody at page 128? you know how there are different nouns, like proper nouns and common nouns? There are also different verbs. There is action verb and what we would call linking verbs. I don't think you're going to learn that quite yet, but I would call it a linking verb. The linking verbs, they link a verb to another verb, but we'll learn that a little bit later. Right now, these verbs, and there's some verbs that these verbs do not show action, like these ones right here, this side right here. Am, is, are, was, were. You'll learn about these better later. So right now we're just learning these five. Am, is, are, was, were. So I'll say it together with me. Am, is, are, was, were. And these are considered verbs. They're considered verbs that do not show action. Like, for example, I am in the classroom. What is a verb in that sentence? Am, correct. And then it is a complete sentence because it expresses a complete thought. Note that the action is a space, however, but it's still considered a verb. Like I said, like nouns are categorized in different functions, like a proper noun and a common noun. Verbs are also categorized into action verbs and linking verbs or being verbs. I think the phrase you're going to call helping verbs. So and to show you the difference between a helping verb and an action verb, let's see. Baseball and soccer are my favorite sports. Would that be a helping verb or an action verb? Let's see what I say. Baseball and soccer are my favorite sports. That way. A helping verb or an action verb? Think of the verb. Are. Helping verb. And then here's another one. Todd and Trevor are known for being good players. Todd and Trevor are known for being good players. Connor. Helping verb. So if you have like are, no, that would be considered a helping verb. But right now we're just going to learn about am, is, are, was, were. Let's say together with me. Am, is, are, was, were. Oshia. Please come up to the board and underline the verb twice. Good job. Connor, will you come up to the board and underline the verb twice? The first sentence is, he is a good football player. Is the verb. I am home now. Am is the verb. Valerie. Underline the verb. You are a true friend is the sentence. Are is the verb. Sorry, I need to work on my phone. It says you. Victoria. My brother was away for the weekend. What's the verb? Was is the verb. We eat it. They were cold. Work. They were cold. Now look at Think A. And number 1. Maya. What is the verb in number 1? What? On page 128. Top of the verb. My cat is yellow. What is the verb? Is. So underline the verb twice. Number 2, Kelly. The coach was angry. Was. Underline the verb was. 2 times. We're going to work on 3 through 10. on your own, and we'll go over this then.
Actually, okay, what is that?
That's why you should use a pencil when you're using language, so in case you mess up. Okay, DJ, number 3. What is the verb? Number 3. The students were ready. Word, yep. Elena, number 4.
Andrew Jackson was Texas.
That's correct. Eric, number 5.
What time will something?
Big A, number 5.
These books are the
What's the verb? Correct. Kelly, number 6.
They were happy group work.
Correct. Number 7, my mother. Could you comment first?
7
Yes, 7.
is
Correct. Benjamin, number 8.
I am happy today and
Good job. Maya, number 9.
the car is dirty.
Correct. Raymond, number 10.
The letters are here on.
Good job. Now, Casey, you fill in the blank with each verb from the list above, and use each of am, is, are, was word, and use each one time. So, Valerie, what's your answer for number 1? Was sick, or is sick. And then, Victoria, number 2. Correct. Savannah, number 3. Come eat them. Good. Oshio, number 4. Correct. And lastly, number 5, DJ.
What time I was afraid I was just a bit. That was the same thing.
That or am. What time I am afraid. I will trust you. Another way to say that. Now, on the thing C, I want you guys to do it all by yourself. On the next page, page 129, I want you to do it all by yourself. Thing C has both action, verbs, and some that are not. So you gotta watch out for those. 5, Benjamin.
Large white cloud appeared to the one that was Kristen.
Maya, number 6.
Mrs. Brewster and our art teacher.
Okay, so Mrs. Brinker.
Mrs. Brewster is our art teacher.
And Raymond, number 7.
Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
Invented. Good job. Now, Victoria and Valerie. I want you to come up to the board. Victoria, you do number 1. What's that, so you know? Write a sentence for that. Right over the board. And the rest of you be writing the sentences, and then they call you up and you write it on the board.
Do I have any kids to do this?
You do one. I am? Yep. Just write a sentence. I am. Whatever you do. Yeah, write a sentence first. Number 2, you are my best friend. Yep, you have it. That's how you spell friend on it. It's Friend. Number 3, who has a sentence ready? For number 3. You did. Yeah, you put them on the board. Start with E. You start to write sentences. Where's the credit? Where's the credit sentences? I am going to the mall on Sunday. Yes, so. The front word. There we go. He is my savior. Correct. Number 4. Oshio. Write a sentence for number 4 on the board. And Elena. Write a sentence for number 5 on the board. All right, let's see. You were, and then you write your sentence. And while they're doing that, on right E, the right 2 sentences using the word church as the subject. Use a verb form. Use the verb from the box on page 128. So the subject has to be church, and you have to use and, is, are, was, or were for the subject, for the verb. So I'll be writing that, and I'll call 2 people to write their sentences on the board. You can know that. They were fishing. Correct. And then she was at the mall yesterday night. Actually, it could be written last night. Or just yesterday. Remember, for right E, the subject has to be church, and the verb has to be one of the other verbs we're learning, which is and, is, are, was, or were. And the rest of me needs to be finishing writing some sentences. I should be reading on. I am going to first, correct, and then color report sentence, the new girl was at church Sunday. They're both correct. Everybody got that filled in? Okay, I want you to look at the card that I gave you. Look at the card I gave you. Everybody's going to get a chance. Start on this side. Osho, look at your card. Ooh, I want you to see your sentence using that word.
I studied for the
Study for your history test. Go. Very good. Savannah, you cannot eat it right now. Put your candy down. Put your candy down on the corner of your desk. I should not be seeing anybody with their candies in their hands. You wrote so much. If you don't want it, you can trade. That's what I have right now. What's your word, Victoria? Play. You want to what? You want to play in the park? Sit down there. Valerie. The word is road, as in like something you drive on, with a noun. So think cars drive on the road. Cars drive on the road, yeah. One more down. Put your candy. Lion, what is your word? Look at your word. What is your word?
bird.
Bird. How can you use that in a sentence?
The bird was they don't have an option to get me.
As my mama would say, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Raymond, what's your word?
My dad has a car.
Dad has a car. Benjamin, what is your word?
Cry.
And how do you use that?
If you cry, I cry.
Connor, what is your word?
North Carolina.
And how would you use that? Good job. Kelly, what is your word?
Skip.
Skip. Use that in a sentence.
I skip all the way to the park.
Skip all the way to the park. TJ.
I read basic ball. I read basic ball.
And your word is ran? Under your candy. Elena, what's your word?
I will throw the ball far.
And then lastly, Eric, what is your word? And how can you use that in a sentence? Now, third graders, I want your candy to be in the right-hand corner where your name is. Left-hand corner, sorry. I'm looking the wrong way.
Oh my God.
Okay, all your candy in the left, your left, my right, where your name is. Do not touch it. Do not touch it. If I see you touching it, I will move your clip down. I've already told you several times not to touch it. What's coming up next is you will have to choose a book for your book report. Find the book. Okay, a little bit more about your book report. Your book report is supposed to be about a bibliography, a biography. So it's a book about a person's life. Just to give you a little heads up, you need to look for a book about a person's life. You put your language book